This is the gold 1 month overview reading for the month of August 2023. It's currently June 20th, 2023, 4:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Gold at the time of this reading, the spot price is currently $1,936.80. That's the ask, and that's USD. And then the shuffle file we're about to watch for the August reading was created on May 23rd, 2023 at 9:38 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video right here. So the overall theme and behavior for the month, we have a failed attempt to break through a key resistance on a 1 month scale at least, followed by a decline through key support, again on a 1 month scale. It's crossed with sideways rotation along key support that ends with a fast sudden move higher. Looks like that fast sudden move higher probably takes place towards the end of the month, likely a crest around the 5th or 6th that we sell off from, and then we end up in a low around the 16th, 17th, probably the 16th, but could be the 17th, like the cusp of the 17th, 18th. And then from there we move to, looks like there's a high, like the 23rd through the 25th is probably a pretty big move to the upside there. And looks like we probably have a high somewhere around the 26th to the 28th. I'm leaning towards the 26th, but it could be like the 27th or the 28th. And that's like the overall trend of what's going on. Behavior around the highest high, when we're looking to determine the actual in real time on the chart, the highest high, we're looking for a highest price level that takes place at a resistance level we've met many times before, and a strong decline off of that resistance level. And then behavior around the lowest low for the month, we'll be looking for sideways rotation along key support, followed by a big move higher, standing out on a 1 month off of a lowest price level, and then more sideways rotation at a higher price level. And that's the wealth card. Before we go any further, let's take a look and see how we did for May. It looks like we had a high on the 9th for May. We were a little bit off. Here's the 9th. We were close. High ended up being on the, what is that, the 4th. We had another crest over here early in the month, but so we're off by a couple days, but not far away. And then we have a low at the end of the month. Looks like this chart's got a little strange, but we have a low here at the end of the month, and you can see there's a low here at the end of the month. So this is looking pretty solid. Okay, so that's looking pretty solid, guys. I would say if you opened up a short position on the 6th or the 7th as advised, we still would have been a pretty happy camper on the 26th. Let's get back into the August reading. So first off, we start the month here for the day-by-day chart behavior. We start the month with the cross reading congruency. The July reading sneak preview was the moon card. So this is probably a notable decline here on the 1st, standing out amongst other declines throughout the month. We have 3 pokes through the same price level on the 2nd, followed by a sharp decline off of that 3rd poke, taking us to a trough around the cusp of the 2nd, 3rd. There's a fast sudden move higher, a pretty mixed day on the 3rd actually. There's a pretty big fast sudden move higher in there, but it looks like at the end of the day there's a sell-off. We go down, then fast sudden move higher, then back down. And it looks like on the 4th we're probably rotating sideways along a key support level on a multi-day scale, followed by price swings on the 5th, taking us to a peak or crest there on the 5th. This may be a highest high. It doesn't have as high a probability as the 26th being a highest high, but this will stand out amongst other highs as an important high here around cusp of the 5th, 6th. On the 6th, we have sideways fluidity, equal amounts of bulls and bears. It looks like it ends to the downside, though. On the 7th, more decline through multiple support levels. There's an overbought crest or peak, it looks like midday on the 8th, that we sell off from through multiple supports as well. This is also going to be a significant trough here around the 8th, 9th that'll stand out. Matter of fact, like the 6th, 7th, and 8th, these will stand out as important lows. And then we rally back. Looks like there's a rally early in the day on the 8th. We're advised not to chase. That turns into an overbought crest that we sell off from. And then on the 9th, we're rallying along a diagonal trend line out of a trough, rally along a diagonal trend line, and we have a fast sudden move higher ending that rally, taking us to a peak or crest midday, followed by a decline through the diagonal trend line with increasing volatility on the way down. Rally again into another peak or crest towards the end of the day on the 10th that we sell off from down to and through support. We do a U-shaped reversal below support, come back and reuse it as support with some sort of a sideways S formation within a channel on the 11th. We should have a horizontal support and resistance and a decline followed by an incline and then another decline, making like a sideways S formation within the channel. On the 12th, most likely sideways rotation. We see the prudence cards, we're advised to be cautious. There's quite a few trades between the 10th and the 13th, as well as on the 1st and 2nd. There's quite a few trades there, and then the 6th and the 7th as well. I'll get into all the trades and what I see as entry and exits in much more detail in the paid version of this reading. But sideways rotation on the 12th, sometimes that's multiple false. It looks like it's sideways with price swings there on the 12th. On the 13th, we have a period of volatility that within it contains a sharp drop standing out within that period of volatility And we should have two important troughs here on the 12th and the 13th, followed by an important crest on the 14th, where we have a prominent move higher, followed by a full retracement that moved back down, taking us into another trough on the 16th. So really some price swinging going on here between like the 11th and the 15th into the 16th. We have this rally out of the trough on the 15th, marking another significant trade opportunity on a multi-day scale we'll talk about in the paid version. And then we have a lowest low most likelihood here on the 16th, where we have a period of sideways rotation along a lowest low that ends with a fast sudden move higher. And then the 17th, we decline to and through support to meet a second support. We do some rotation sideways along that support. We may have a low here again on the 17th. On the 18th, we have a failed attempt to break through key resistance, followed by a decline through key support. My sense is that this is going to be a resistance that we failed to break through just recently. So here on the 16th or possibly the 15th. On the 19th, we have a prominent move higher through a key resistance level on a multi-day scale, followed by a full retracement of that move back down through the same price level. On the 20th, the Hierophant card is either a pop and drop or a decline in a lot of cases. On the 21st, there's a fake out there, I think probably to the upside early in the day, followed by a sharp decline off of a peak or crest midday. Look out for that sharp decline midday off of a peak or crest. That's going to be a significant move to the downside. On the 22nd, we have another notable decline on the 22nd, but there is a peak or crest somewhere around the end of the day, or like on the cusp of the 22nd, 23rd. So we probably have pretty mixed behavior on the 22nd. Same thing for the 23rd. Looks like there's a lot of price change here. Matter of fact, we probably have some price swinging on the 22nd, 23rd, but a lot of price change there at a failed attempt to break through key resistance and then a decline through support, followed by, it looks like we meet that resistance again the following day on the 24th. We possibly break through it on the 24th or on the 25th off of a trough around the end of the day on the 24th. We probably rally out of that along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance on the 25th, meeting a second resistance, and then pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. And then we have on the 26th multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance, a very high probability of a highest high here. On the 27th, there's also possibility of a highest high. It's not as probable, but it's possible. A trade opportunity there as well, we'll talk about in the paid version, and a period of volatility that ends with a fast sudden move higher. We're bound by an important range on a multi-day kind of scale there on the 28th. On the 29th, we have a brief peak that's easily missed, followed by a decline through multiple support levels. Look like that peak takes place at the early part of the afternoon session, most likely. And then on the 30th, we have a lot of price change. It looks like it's mixed, first to the upside, and then we have a decline off of a key resistance level with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. But a lot of price change there on the 30th. One could probably position themselves in both directions if they utilize the options around that resistance level highlighted on the 30th. On the 31st, we have a notable move higher and a sharp unicursal drop off of that notable move. The sneak preview for the following month is the completion of a rally. So we're probably rallying into the end of the month, and then there's a completion of a rally in September, which we'll talk about in more detail in the September reading. Guys, that's the gold reading for August 2023. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. We're going to get into the best trades that we see in the paid version. Guys, if you're interested in the paid version, it's a really great way to support the channel. Remember the names of everybody that does this. You go to SO Meta Posts, monthly subscriptions, and you can pick any of these tickers or crypto. We do them monthly. Or if you're interested in the best trades that we see for all of them every month, you can get the 250s subscription as well, which is a steal. And that's a great way to support the channel. But as always, make sure to follow that rule of karma, guys. You do so here on the resources tab of our website, where we ask that you donate 5% of the profits forward to one of these charities, guaranteeing abundance mentality in your own mind. 5% of the profits should be donated back to the channel here, guaranteeing gratitude mentality in your own mind. You take those two things and with a clear conscience attempt to manifest wealth, and you should have no problems manifesting wealth. So keep that conscience clear by spending that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold in all directions, my friends. Thank you so much, Hermes. I love you too. I love you guys as well. I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay tuned if you got the paid version.